Good morning and welcome to BHC today. I'm Pastor Dave. It's Monday. So glad you joined me for a few minutes. And today we're going to speak peace. Jesus, before he went to the cross, in conversation with his disciples, recorded in John chapter 14, beginning with verse 27, he talks about peace. I leave the gift of peace with you, my peace, not the kind of fragile peace given by the world, but my perfect peace. Don't yield to fear or be troubled in your hearts. Instead, be courageous. Now, in this short portion of Scripture, Jesus does make reference to the fragile peace given by the world, and everywhere we look, there is fragile peace. We may be trying to attain it. We may be looking back at it, but there is a fragile peace that passes away that the world only can give, and it does not last. Jesus speaks of the gift of peace, my peace, that he gives, that he doesn't want anything to interrupt, and he invites us to not live in fear and be courageous. Well, a few weeks later, Jesus is now presenting himself after his resurrection to his disciples, and they happen to be together in an upper room, living in fear, wondering what shoe is going to come down on them next. And Jesus appears. The doors were locked, but he simply appears within their midst. And Jesus repeats, but suddenly Jesus appeared among them and said, peace to you. Then he showed them the wounds of his side, wounds of his hand as his side, and they were overjoyed to see the Lord with their own eyes. Jesus repeated his greeting, peace to you. Peace to you. Two of the first things that Jesus says. He could have said many other things, and he does as he continues on, but he begins with peace to you. Now, there was a disciple who wasn't present, Thomas, and Thomas indicates to the disciples after hearing that they had seen Jesus that he doesn't believe it, that he would only believe it if he could stick his finger in the holes in his hands and put his hand in the side where the spear had plunged, and he just was not going to believe that Jesus had risen from the dead. Well, here's this narrative. One of the 12 wasn't present when Jesus appeared to them. It was Thomas, whose nickname was the Twin. So the disciples informed him, we have seen the Lord with our own eyes. Still unconvinced, Thomas replied, there's no way I'm going to believe this unless I personally see the wounds of the nails in his hands, touch them with my finger, and put my hand into the wound of his side where he was pierced. Then, 8 days later, Thomas and all the others were in the house together, and even though all the doors were locked, Jesus suddenly stood before them. Peace to you, he said. The story continues, but I'm intrigued by the reality that Jesus speaks his peace into their midst. I leave the gift of peace with you, my peace, not the kind of fragile peace given by the world, but my perfect peace. This is the peace that Jesus gives to you today. He gives to me today. It is a peace from his eternal, risen, and divine heart. It's a peace that is the nature of heaven, not of earth, but it's the peace that he gives to you today. Oh, my friends, enjoy that perfect peace. Enjoy his love. Live in his peace. My peace I give unto you, not as the world gives, give I unto you. Enjoy his peace today. God bless you.